Greetings, the Hyper Guy, associating my classroom work with HyperStudio since the early 90s. What I'm going to show you today is a short clip created with the export function under the file menu of a stack to a QuickTime movie with narration. I'll be working with colors using Roger Wagner's HyperStudio 5. And I'm going to attempt to show you how to mix transmitted light colors through colored filters. When you pass white light, for example, through a blue filter, you get a blue color on the screen. That's assuming that the filter is a pure blue gelatin filter. In a physics class, you normally would have a box with 3 independent lights, in front of which you put 3 different filters. In this case, green, blue, and red. In the center, where they intersect, you see white light, and you see the secondary colors produced by the intersection of any 2 of the other colors. A little difficult to do on a computer, but I'm going to use the white background of the LCD display to shine through some semi-transparent colors and then merge them to produce the similar effect that you would in a physics class. First of all, select the toolbar, and you're going to try to draw a circle here and fill it with blue. But you want to, first of all, select the circle drawing tool. Next, you want to select a color to fill it with, but select the center one. The center one will create a circle with the selected color of blue in this case, but without the blue border. If you select the one on the left of the arrow with the blue border, the border will not change as you change the transparency of the color within. And again, I've selected the color blue. I click on that. I get the colors palette, but I am going to move over and show you that the arrow is pointing to the second selection, which is the RGB sliders. This way you can come down, as shown below the arrow, and make sure that the blue is 255 and the red and the green are both 0. Now, a good idea, first of all, is to set up a grid. You can do the grid, you can turn it on and turn it off anytime during your stack creation. But I'm going to choose, since I've chosen a 480 by 360 video, I'm going to use a 10 by 10 grid section by spacing my vertical pixels at 36 and my horizontal at 48, which is a 4:3 ratio. I'm going to use faint blue lines to do this. Another thing you should remember is that when you work with creation of objects, that you make sure that the objects are selected on the toolbox and not background. Alright, now what you do here is we've got our circle all set up to go, so we take our cursor, we hold down the shift key, and we drag until we've got the circle occupying 3 grids horizontal, 4 grids vertical. And again, the reason we do this is because you only want 3 grids horizontally, because they are in a 4:3 ratio. 4 grids vertically, because they are in a 3:4 ratio vertically. This will produce an exact perfect circle. You can turn off the grid now anytime. If you happen to get your circle in the wrong position, you can always click on the inside of it and move it. Here shows the inspector where you can change the opacity. You could have done it back on the other palette, but in this case you can do it also. And I've set it for 50% so that you can see through into the white background of the LCD screen. There we have a solid blue circle having 50% opacity. Now, following the steps I've just done for that, you can create a solid green circle in the same manner with 50% opacity. Next thing you want to do on the next card, create a little button, say, hey, click here to combine, so that it'll take you to the next card and merge the 2 circles together. And there we have blue plus green transmitted light, which produces the correct color of cyan. You can now complete the stack on your own by combining a blue with a red circle, and then again a green with a red circle, You can apply cell animation to this too, but this would be a much more interesting challenge for you as a stack creator. The mixing of all three primary colors, red, green, and blue, will be covered in a later clip. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions, send them to Ryan, that's me, at hyperguy@aol.com. If you need information about HyperStudio 5 and watch a live commentary from Roger Wagner and get ordering information, you can do so at www.softwaremckeeve.com.